in a scene that no one could have predicted, not even the wildest fan of country music's most unpredictable soul. Jelly Roll stood under the ancient arches of St. Peter's Basilica, his tattooed hands folded, his eyes glistening beneath the gilded ceilings of the Vatican. And before him, walking toward him with a serene smile and open arms, was Pope Francis himself. It was a meeting that blurred the lines between sinner and saint, country and cathedral, and music and ministry. But for Jelly Roll, the man born Jason DeFord, it was something far deeper. It was the culmination of a journey that began in the darkest corners of Nashville's streets and somehow led to the holiest place on earth. A meeting of two worlds. When news first broke that Jelly Roll had been invited to meet Pope Francis, fans thought it was a hoax. The Need a Favor singer, known for his gritty voice and real-life stories of addiction, redemption, and second chances, didn't exactly fit the mold of a typical Vatican guest. But the invitation was very real, a recognition of the impact Jelly Roll's music has had on people around the world, particularly those struggling with faith and forgiveness. The Holy Father wanted to meet someone whose music brings hope to the hopeless, a Vatican official explained. Jelly Roll's songs speak of mercy and redemption, themes at the heart of Christianity. And so, on a crisp October morning, the country rapper turned soul singer walked through the cobblestone streets of Vatican City, dressed simply in a black suit and white shirt, the same cross necklace he's worn since his baptism gleaming under the Roman sun. The moment of grace. As he entered the apostolic palace, Jelly Roll looked like a man caught between awe and disbelief. "Man, I've been in a lot of rooms I didn't think I'd make it into," he said in a quiet, trembling voice to the journalists trailing behind him. "But this hits different." The Pope greeted him warmly, shaking his hand and saying in English, "Music heals the soul, my son." Those words hit Jelly Roll harder than any award or chart topper ever could. Tears streamed down his face as he whispered, "I've been trying to heal mine and help others do the same." The two men sat down for a private conversation that reportedly lasted nearly 30 minutes. Sources say they discussed faith, forgiveness, and the power of storytelling through song. Jelly Roll shared his journey from jail cells to Grammy stages, from drug addiction to spiritual awakening. Pope Francis listened intently, occasionally nodding and even laughing softly at the musician's down-to-earth humor. At one point, Jelly Roll presented the Pope with a small, worn Bible that had belonged to his late grandmother. "She prayed for me when nobody else did," he said. "I figured she'd love knowing her Bible made it here." The Pope accepted it with a smile, blessing it and saying, "She must be smiling from heaven today." Singing on holy ground. After their meeting, Jelly Roll was escorted to the courtyard, where a small group of clergy, pilgrims, and Vatican staff gathered. Without any fanfare, he took out an acoustic guitar and began to sing "Save Me," his haunting ballad about pain, mercy, and redemption. The marble walls echoed with the raw emotion of his voice. Tourists stopped in their tracks. Some priests bowed their heads. Even the guards seemed to soften. By the time he finished, the courtyard was silent except for the sound of weeping. It was a holy moment, not because of where it happened, but because of what it represented. A man who once sat behind bars for crimes of survival now stood before the church's highest leader, singing about salvation. When asked later what he felt in that moment, Jelly Roll said, "It felt like God whispering, 'I told you I wasn't done with you yet.'" The message that transcends boundaries. In his own humble way, Jelly Roll has become one of modern music's most powerful messengers of redemption. His songs cut through pretense, speaking directly to broken people who have been told they're beyond saving. Pope Francis, known for his message of inclusivity and compassion, clearly recognized that. "This meeting wasn't about fame," said one Vatican aide. "It was about how God uses unexpected voices to reach his people." Indeed, Jelly Roll's voice, raspy, wounded, but full of soul, has become a spiritual conduit for millions. Whether he's singing on the CMA stage or in a prison yard, his message is the same. Mercy is real, and change is possible. After the meeting, the Pope issued a brief statement thanking Jelly Roll for his courage in sharing his faith through the language of music. The Vatican even posted a photo of the two men shaking hands, the Pope's white robes contrasting with Jelly Roll's tattooed arms, a visual testament to the power of grace that transcends appearances. A journey still unfolding. Back in Nashville a few days later, Jelly Roll was still processing the experience. "I ain't ever gonna forget that," he told fans during a concert. "You don't have to be perfect to stand on holy ground, you just gotta be willing to stand there." He shared that the meeting had inspired him to launch a new initiative called Road to Redemption, a series of concerts and community events aimed at supporting at-risk youth and former inmates through music, mentorship, and faith-based outreach. "If the Pope can believe in a guy like me," he said, "then maybe some of those kids out there can start believing in themselves, too." Fans react, a miracle in real time. Social media exploded after photos of Jelly Roll and Pope Francis surfaced online. "From jail to the Vatican, only God could write that story," one fan wrote on X, another posted. "Jelly Roll didn't just make it to the top, he made it to the holy top." Faith leaders, too, weighed in. A Tennessee pastor tweeted, "Jelly Roll's journey is proof that grace doesn't discriminate. God uses the ones the world overlooks." Even celebrities chimed in, from Luke Bryan calling it one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen to Dolly Parton posting, "Proud of you, sweetheart. The Lord sure shines through your voice." A testament to the power of redemption. What happened in the Vatican that day wasn't a publicity stunt or a photo opportunity. It was a reminder that grace has no limits, that even the roughest souls can find light, and that the language of faith doesn't always sound like a hymn. Sometimes it sounds like a raspy Tennessee voice singing, "Somebody save me," under the Roman sky. As Jelly Roll boarded his flight home, reporters asked him what the Pope said that would stay with him forever. Jelly smiled, eyes wet again, and replied softly, "He told me, the world needs your honesty. Keep singing your prayers." And that's exactly what Jelly Roll intends to do, one raw, redemptive song at a time.